everybody. Welcome to today's live stream practice. We're going full on body and restore in this practice. So we're going to touch a little bit through the upper body, lower body. It's really going to be a very passive, more quiet practice where you can really focus on your breath, maybe the sound of the music in your ears, and really supporting yourself in each pose so that it feels, quite honestly, almost effortless. I want you to get a sense of maybe almost feeling like you're floating in each pose. So, not that you're not going to feel sensation, because you will, but I want you to think of feeling maybe a little less physical sensation and focusing a little bit more on breath and just allowing your body and your nervous system to be held. So in terms of props, you'll need a couple of blocks. If you are a blanket and eye pillow type of person for Shavasana, you can totally grab those things. If you like a bolster, you can grab that too. And we're going to get started on our back in starfish pose. So you're going to meet me. You can just have your props close by. And you're going to take up space here. So once you land on your mat, you're going to take your feet so that they're kind of like a letter V. So the feet are a little bit wider than your hips. And then draw your shoulder blades apart so you really feel your upper back kind of flatten. And then depending on how your shoulders are feeling, you may take your arms up like a letter V as well. But if that's too strenuous, take your arms out shoulder height, palms facing up. And then let your palms be open. There's a little tuck of your chin towards your chest. If you haven't already, close your eyes. Allow your belly to soften. Maybe your feet roll out even a little more. Separate your fingers. Let the back of your head feel heavy. Create some space between upper and lower molars inside your mouth. And then you're going to start to notice the breath. Not trying to change it, only noticing it. And this might be the first time today that you notice your breath. It could be the 10th. But what matters is right here, right now. In a moment, we're going to start to deliberately work with the breath. We'll be doing a little bit of a ladder breath. So a ladder breath is kind of like a continuous step up. So we'll start with a 2 to 4 ratio, and then we'll work with a 3 to 5, and then a 4 to 6. And this will all be done through the nose, the inhale and the exhale. And the aim here in this pose is not physical sensation at all. The aim of this pose is to start to notice the breath pattern. So when you feel ready, you'll begin to inhale through the nose for 2 counts. And then you'll exhale through the nose for 4 counts. Allow yourself to tune into the sound of your breath, almost as if that's a piece of music. And now, as you move into the next inhale, you'll inhale for 3 counts and you'll exhale for 5 counts, all through the nose. Now, imagine as if you were fogging up a mirror right in front of your face, but your mouth is closed. So you want to hear a little bit of the rumbling of the breath at the back of the throat, almost like a little bit of a hum. If your jaw feels like it wants to tense, let it soften. And then we'll move into the last part of our ladder breath. And when you're ready to inhale next, you'll inhale for 4 counts and you'll exhale for 6, all through the nose. Now, continuing this same breath pattern 4 to 6, you're going to start to wiggle out your fingers, your toes. Maybe you're going to start to bring your arms in a little bit closer. And the wrists will start to move, as will the ankles. Nothing big in terms of movement here, just a little bit of flow. Eventually the arms will come down by your sides and the feet will start to come onto the mat. Knees will bend. And you'll let your knees touch and take your feet wide. Keep your shoulders nice and soft, upper back nice and broad. And start to windshield wiper the legs, going from one side to the other. All while still maintaining that same breath count, 4 to 6. Maybe take your feet just a little bit wider. Allow a little more space for those legs to shift. Just noticing how the lower half of your body is responding to this movement. And then the next time that your knees come back up through center, you're going to start to heel toe your feet and your knees side by side. Walk your feet in a little bit closer towards you. And you're going to open your left knee into a half butterfly. Maybe grab a block or a pillow or a bolster and slide it underneath the knee. And then you're going to extend the right leg all the way long. Now, if this aggravates your back at all, then you're just going to keep your knee bent and your foot on the mat. From here, take your arms out towards shoulder height, palms up, fingers spread. Take a moment to land here in this shape. Invite in the stillness. And if you lost the breath count, that's okay. Just come back 4-to-6 ratio. If your jaw feels a little hinged, let it go. Separate upper molars from lower molars. Sometimes I like to just wiggle my jaw from side to side, letting go of the tension there. Now you can continue to keep the right leg extended, or if you like, you can start to walk the foot back onto the mat and then hug the knee in towards the chest, and you can interlace your hands either onto your shin or maybe tucked under the hamstring. So just an option. Doesn't mean you have to take it. If it doesn't feel good in your body, then let it go. Keep coming back to the sound at the back of the throat, the inhale and the exhale. If your right knee is drawn into the chest, start to release that and extend the right leg long again. Take one more cycle of breath. Inhale for 4 and exhale for 6. And using your left hand, you're going to gently guide the left knee back up. Take the block out of the way. Extend the leg out and take the feet about hip width apart, or maybe just a tad wider, and let yourself rebound here. Just notice how the left side of your body feels in comparison to the right. Not judging, only noticing. Now slide the feet a little closer together. And this time you're going to walk your right foot onto the mat, bend your knee, and then open it up into half butterfly. Again, support as you need to. And for now, we'll keep the left leg extended unless you need to bend the knee in order to support your back. Re-extend your arms into a comfortable, effortless position. Palms open, fingers relaxed. Inhaling for 4, exhaling for 6. The option is there if you would like to start to draw the left knee in towards the chest. Find an interlace on the shin or the hamstring, or let this go. If the mind starts to wander off, come back to counting the breath in the mind or tuning back into its sound. Complete just one more cycle of breath here. If your left knee is drawn into the chest, re-extend the leg long, and then use your right hand to gently guide the right knee up, extend the leg, take the feet again just a little bit wider than the hips, and let your body reset here. Come back to noticing how things feel. Now you're going to find one block, and on the second level, you're going to tuck it underneath the base of your head. So right where your neck and your skull meet, you want the edge of the block to rest there. So you're going to find that your chin naturally tilts inwards towards the chest and the back of the neck lengthens. Now, if this is really intense, then flip the block to the lowest level instead. Once you have the block in place, draw your shoulder blades apart like you're trying to spread them towards the edges of your mat. You might choose to keep your legs extended. A little more support for your back body would be to keep your knees bent, maybe a little bit wide. And then the arms are maybe about 4 to 5 inches away from your hips. And palms are up so that your shoulders are externally rotated. Now check in with the jaw, the inside of the mouth. When the neck is tight, we can tend to grip and hold in that area. So let it soften. Let the tongue relax. Come back to 4 to 6 breath ratio. If you feel like a little bit of movement along the back of the neck, right at that area where the edge of the block is resting, then you can gently start to move your head from side to side. I encourage you to go really slow. And if there's a spot that you notice that just feels maybe a little bit tight or restricted, you're welcome to pause there, maybe take a few cycles of breath. If the head is still moving from side to side, start to come back to center and pause. And then take the block, if it's on the second level, and flip it down to the lowest level, keeping your head resting on the block. Then you're going to take your hands back onto the back of the neck, as almost as if like you're cupping the back of your neck. And you're going to start to make just some gentle sweeping motions of the hands gliding along the back of the neck. Just creating a little bit of extra blood flow back there. And then release the hands. Bring your feet onto the mat so that your knees and feet are side by side. And pause here for a moment. Just let the body settle again. And then keeping your head still on the block, you're just going to rotate your body a little bit towards the right. And you're going to take your left arm up in the air, turn your palm away, and then start to place your forearm and your palm down onto the mat. And then you're going to roll back onto your back with your forearm underneath you, right in the lumbar part of your spine. So right in the lower back, in that natural little curvature. You might need to adjust your hand a little bit so that your left shoulder feels really anchored. I recommend keeping the knees bent and the feet grounded, but you can extend the legs out as long as that doesn't aggravate or pull on the back too much. Then let your right arm rest somewhere that feels comfortable. Come back to 4-6 breath ratio. Again, notice the jaw area. Notice if there's lots of space between the bottom of your ear and the top of your shoulder ridge. If there isn't, see if you can slide that left arm down a little bit and create a little bit more space. Keep coming back to the sound that your breath makes. the inhale and the exhale. Complete one more cycle of breath. Let your feet and your knees be side by side. You'll find a little roll over towards the right again. Carefully releasing that left arm out. Take it a few inches away from your body. Turn the palm up to help soften back the shoulder. Pause here. Take 3 full deep breaths. You can wiggle out your fingers for a moment. If you need to, circle out the wrist. Maybe even shake out the arm if things feel just a little bit stuck. And then this time you're going to roll a little bit towards the left. Right arm will come up in the air. Turn the palm away and start to bring that forearm and hand down onto the mat. As you roll back onto the back, just adjust the arm. So palm is nice and flat, fingers are spread wide. The right shoulder is soft. Let yourself settle in. And then start to come back into your breath. Remembering always that we're not here to judge what the body can and cannot do. We're here to observe what it can and what it can't do, and to be okay with what it can do and what it can't do. take one more round of breath. Very slowly inhale for 4 and exhale for 6. Gently start to tilt a little bit towards the left. Release the right arm out. Take the arm a few inches away from you. Turn the palm up. Let the body settle. Take a moment to wiggle out the fingers. Maybe circle out that wrist. Create a little bit of fluid movement through the arm if you need to. And then you can take the block that was behind the head out of the way. And we're going to finish with a spinal twist here. We're going to draw those shoulder blades apart as we extend the arms out, shoulder height, palms up. We're going to take a little shift of the hips towards the right, and the knees will fall towards the left. We can support, if you like, with a block or bolster or blankets, anything you have, you can place between the knees, create a little bit more softening for the body. And then let your collarbones broaden. Let your chest melt. Maybe even let your right ear draw towards the right shoulder. And really soften in here as you start to move back into a 4-count breath in and a 6-count breath out. Complete one more round of breath. And then you'll slowly return back onto the back. And then you'll start to shift a little bit the hips towards the left, knees fall to the right. Again, supporting in any way here. Re-extending the arms out, palms up. Maybe this time left ear to left shoulder. Complete one more cycle of breath. And then begin to return back onto your back. And for Shavasana today, I'm going to offer you an option. You're going to take your blocks if you like, and you're going to place them at the bottom of your mat on the second level, towards the edges of your mat. And you're going to bring your heels so that they're on the top of the blocks. And some of your calf will be on there too. This can be really nice for the low back. And you can broaden the shoulder blades apart. You can always try the blocks at the lowest level as well. That also works. And if this option just doesn't feel right in your body, then just let it go. And find the most supportive shape that you can. Maybe cover yourself up. And take a moment to really consciously land here and let go. Please take as much time as you need here. May you have a beautifully restful and deep sleep. Namaste.